Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are safe and healthy, right? So, this video lecture is regarding the unit number 3 in the Contributor Personality Development Program. So, unit number 3, the name is self stated, that's the become a creator of own destiny. Okay, so here you see the become a creator of own destiny means what? Simple language, in the simple language you can say that what is the meaning of that. So in the simple language you can understand that the creator of own destiny means what? Means you have to create your own identity, your own, we can say, your own qualification, your own destiny. You can creator, you can on one, only and only one person who have to create your destiny. Nobody can help to you, because if you have capabilities, if you have the potentiality, if you have some knowledge, then you can create your own destiny. So in this particular video lecture you learn about the become a creator of the own destiny, how contributor personnel create their own destiny. They cannot depend on the any person, they cannot have a have, we can say, they cannot have any we can say essential products, essential equipments, then after they have to create this type of destiny. So how they have to create this destiny, you in this lecture you learn. So let's start. So first of all, here one slok is considered from our very holy Bhagavad Gita. There are the karma vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma phaleshu karma bhuteshu sangvanikosho karmani. So what is the meaning of that? If this quote or this shlok have to given by our Lord Shri Krishna. So what is meaning of that? The meaning of the entire verse is as the follow. You have own the right to work, but not on the fruits thereof. So don't be instrumental and making your actions bear the fruits. So also let not your attachment in the instrumental in action. Means what? Means you have to only focus on your work, you cannot focus on the result. You have to focus on your work, focus on your, we can say, goal. You cannot have any we can say any tension, you cannot get any tension regarding the result, because whatever decision, whatever the actions you have to consider, according to that results you have to, we can say, you have to get right. So you have only focus on your work, only focus on your karma, whatever karma you have to do this, according to that you have to get the results, right? Thus, in the world, we can say that a man should perform his duty and considering the result on the rightness of the action. Even if the hurts him, destroy him, he do his duty because that is the right. So he has a no right or control over the result he will be get from his action. So we have a only right to do our karma, do our work, but we cannot have any right to get the results, right? So only we have to focus on our work. If we have to go with the good work, if we have to do with the good karma, then we have to receive the good results, right? So we have only focus on our goal, only focus on our karma. According to that we have to get the results. If we have to face some troubles, face some problems, then we have to try to solve this and we have to do work. We cannot, we can say, let it out, and we cannot, we can say, that sometimes we have to face some problems in our life and we can easily drop out our goal, but we cannot drop out our goal. We have to sustain, we have to concentrate on our goal, and then and then we have to get the relaxation. Okay. So here I consider some contributor personalities example who have to do this quotes as a right meaning. We who have to work as this is the quote is in the right meaning. So first of all, there are the Bill Gates from the first business world. Bill Gates, I hope you all know him, is the richest person in the whole world and couldn't make any money at the first. Gates said the first company is Trafodata, and the device which could read a traffic tapes and the process the data is to fail miserably. So he had a good friend called Paul Allen from his childhood. In 1975, Gates Allen have to stop their university life and form a partnership is called the Microsoft. And now you know that the Microsoft is the world's highest and the, we can say first company in the software field. So in 1983, Allen is to be a resigned from the Microsoft because of had a cancer. Then what are the achievements of Bill Gates? Bill Gates, he is the founder of world's most popular and the highest profitable company is the Microsoft Computer. I hope you all know about this firm. He purchased a Nokia mobile brand and the smartphone sector and renamed it as a Microsoft. He is the founder of world's largest private foundation and Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. So you can see here, he cannot have any highest and higher and expensive equipments. They cannot have any we can say land, labor, material. They cannot have any production factors. But then after they have to do this type of work because they have some creative and innovative ideas. So if you have any innovative ideas, then you can easily achieve your success. Then second one is a Jim Carrey is the used to be a homeless. So Jim Carrey said that if you have got the talent, protect it. Carrey is a relief from the jams Lipton on inside in the actor's studio. Then when he was 15 years, he had a dropout from the school to support his family. His father was an unemployed musician, and as the family went from the lower middle class to poor, they eventually have to start the living in the van. Then the Carrey didn't let this stop him from the achieving his dream, becoming a comedian. He went from the having the day drivers him and the comedy clubs and the Toronto and training the mega blockbuster and being a known as the best comedian actor from the era. So here you see he cannot have he cannot have an education, right? He cannot have any education. He cannot have any good home. He cannot have any education we can say equipments. Whatever you have they cannot have any instrument. Okay, then and then this type of achievement they have to achieve in their life. So here you understand that this equipments, these facilities, there are the side factors, core factors, but the main factor is in your life is the your achievement, your expertise. If you have a capability, if you have a potentiality, then you can easily achieve your goals in your life. Okay, so never underestimate your skills. Okay, always you have to grow up your skills. Then Jim Carrey quotes that life is open up the opportunity to you, and you either take them or you stay afraid of the afraid of taking them. So if you aren't have to movement, you are either looking forward the uncertainty, so or back to pain and the regrets. So whenever the things are really bad, and then only things is can do it to you laugh. So always you have to face the problems and you have to fight with this problem and solve the problems. Then after Bethany Hamilton in her arms is bitten off by a shark. Here you see, Hamilton tried to suffering when she was just a child. At the age 13 and almost deadly, the shark attacked the result in her losing the left arm. Here in the image you can see that. She won the first place in the Explore the Women's Decision in the NSSA in the national championship. Then fourth one is the Benjamin Franklin is a dropout the school at the age of 10. The Franklin's parents couldn't afford any we can say expensive schools, so they have to could afford to keep him in the schools. And ban is to inventing a reading glasses called the bifocals, and the bifocals are the eyeglass that have to split a lens, and once a half of the lens help to be a person to see a close of and one half of the 10 vacancy labs help to be a person to see a far away. Then fifth one is Oprah Winfrey. So, Oprah Winfrey is an American television host, an actress and producer, and best known for the self-titled, multi-awarded winning show which have to become the highest rated program for its kind of in history. Then Monkey Raju. So Jyoti Raju is a nickname as a Spider-Man for the obvious reason is a free climber in the India who have to climb without the ropes or the safety equipments. Goes a step beyond the explorers and climbing the legend Alex Holland. So here you see there are the person have the some unique identity and they have to create the good success in their life. Jyoti in the 27 began the climbing as a younger boy and growing up in Tamil Nadu. He is the first started the climbing the building without the ropes for the 9 years ago. After the moving to Karnataka, he became a celebrity in the India when the videos of the exploitation were shown on the Indian television. So a climber never dies, his body may not live but his name in the record will. So if you are not exist in the world but your name always famous in the life, like the Ratan always like we can say that Ratan Tata have to create this own destiny, right? And we still remaining the name of the Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani is not here in the now the world, but we have still remembering him because they have to doing such type of good works. Then we have to remember them. Then the contributor dynamic characteristics. So the approach of the straying for the work of the contributor from the non-contributor. So here you see that contributor has the dynamic identity and the non-contributor has the static identity. In the last video lecture we learned about that the contributor has the dynamic identity. They have to always try to some new, enthusiastic and involved in the deeply whatever they have to work. They always love their work and always try to that. And non-contributor are not engaged deeply. They always focus on the non-material goals. So some of the important tips where you can easily engage deeply in your workplace. First of all, work what excites you. Sometimes we have to whatever like in your in student lives you have to sometimes feel this type of work that whenever you are study you have to feel bored, right? But always work whatever excite you. Always work, always learn with the excitement, not learn with the boring we can say feel. Then second one is a learn with the best practice. Whatever you learn you always practice that. If you not practice that you cannot remember that. You cannot easily get the expertise in that your field. Okay, so always learn with the practice. Then third one is a focus on the work. Whatever work you have to do, always focus on your work, focus on your goal. Then become a trusted mentor. Always we can say whatever you have to achieve in your life, always mentor. Always trust on your mentor. Then become go to the person for your work. Always you have to create your new innovation in your field. Learn from those will be adjusted and skill to your skills. Okay, if any person have a good knowledge, good skill, then you have to learn from them. There are the four elements of the trust. So there are the four key elements that leader need to be aware whenever they have to looking at. So building or the restoring the trust with the people they have to lead. So if a leader cannot have a trustworthiness, then they cannot create their own destiny. So always you have to create the trustworthiness in your whatever the stakeholders you have to follow. In the stakeholders mind you have to create the trustworthiness. Then after next one, The four elements are able, believe, connected, and the dependable. So the trust works to be an individual and can create the action for the plans. So increase the level, and the trust is the relationship for the repair and the damage. So relationships where the trust have to be in a broken. So always being a able, being a believable, being a connected, and being a dependable. So then and then you have to create the trustworthiness in your people's mind. First one, able is about the demonstrating competence. Some people has some type of knowledge but they are not able to demonstrate them. Then you have to always able whatever the potentiality you always try to demonstrate that you have to capable about that. Then believing means and acting with the integrity. So always act with the integrity, always being a non partiality formula. You cannot do any partiality in your field. Then third one is a connected is about the demonstrating care and the concern for the other peoples. Always connected with the demonstrating care. Always you have to demonstrate your field and always do the explore your qualities and capabilities. Dependable in about the reliability and following the through on whatever the leaders say that you have to ongoing to do, and always focus on the practice. Leaders behave that build the transparency and trust. So high involvement. If you have to doing the high involvement in your field, then you can easily construct transparency in your field. Transparency is very matters. If you not follow the transparency, if you have to doing some malpractices in your field, then you cannot achieve the trust. Then two-way feedback. Feedbacks always consider in the two-way. You cannot we can say order through your employees. You cannot pressure to your employees. So you have to get the opinion from your employees, and then after you have to take the decision. Then disclosure, whatever the decision you have to take, and then after you have to create the disclosure of that. Then the transparency, you have to always whatever the work you have to do, always do work with the transparency. There are the six things is required to improve the trust. First one is just sharing information. Whatever the information you have, always share with your stakeholders like customer, government, then after financial institution, and always right information you have to provide. Then it's create the trustworthiness. Then telling us straight whatever the decision you have to get, not given the diplomatic answer, given the right answer in the right manner. Then providing the opportunity for the employees to win, not always focus on your profit, but also provide some new opportunity to your employees. Then providing feedback, whatever decision you have to take, and then after you have to give the feedback to your employees. Then admitting mistake, if you have any mistake, then you have to try to remove it, try to solve it. So thank you very much. Here our unit number 3 regarding the contributor personality development completed. If you have any query, you can ask me from the any mode of communication. Thank you very much.